Okay, so top example. They give you f of x equals 3x minus 5. G of x equals, you guys may not be able to read that on the board, x minus 3. And for the most part, I'll say this. D, what does D stand for? Anybody know?
Domain.
Domain. Chris, domain. So, for the most part, what I can say to you is you can ignore that. Understand that's what they're talking about. There will come a time when that becomes important, but for today, it really shouldn't affect what you do. So like I said, make sure you understand for today that means domain. So the domain is reals for f of x, the domain is integers for g of x. But shouldn't be a big hassle with anything you do today. Okay, so A, find f plus g of 6 numerically. So hopefully not confusing here. The plus sign means that we need to add the functions. However, what should we do before we add the functions? That being our key. Find f of 6 and find g of 6. What that means is find f of 6, find g of 6, and add them. That makes sense to everybody? Hopefully not too difficult of a proposition then. Okay. How do we find f of 6, or what is f of 6? These are your problems, Scotty. It's evaluating, isn't it? Evaluating the function. What do we do with 6 to find f of 6? Plug it in. 3 times 6 plus, minus 5, which is 18, minus 5, which is 13. How do we find g of 6? 6 minus 3, plug it in. 6 minus 3 is 3. How do we find f of 6 plus g of 6? Yeah. F of 6 is 13, g of 6 is 3. 13 plus 3 is 16. So like we said, evaluate functions using that number and then add them. Hopefully not too difficult. Okay, B is a little different. Find it algebraically. And we're using the same functions here. F of x equals 3x minus 5, g of x equals x minus 3. That is still a plus. However, this time they don't give us a number, right? So, again, what this means is add f of x plus g of x. What is f of x? 3x minus 5. And g of x is x minus 3. So we're going to add 3x minus 5 plus x minus 3. So essentially, what are we doing? I wouldn't say finding x. Nothing to solve here, right? What do we need to do to simplify it? Add like terms, right? So all this really becomes is a problem of adding like terms. 3x and x. And negative 5, negative 3. So that is as far as we can simplify this. F plus g of x equals 4x minus 8. Confusion with that? Okay, they'll do this with other operations. Hey Chris, how do we do A? Any ideas? f minus g of 2. Or anybody else have a good idea on what to do? What do you think, Thomas? Yeah. I'd find f of 2 first, then g of 2 first, and then subtract. F of 2, 7 times 2 minus 8, which is 14 minus 8, so 6. Everybody agree on that? G of 2, 2 plus 5, 7. And again, make sure you subtract in this order. Make sure you subtract g from f. Because just the same, we could have g minus f of 2, which changes your answer. So 6 minus 7 is -1. How about B, Chris? You think you can give us an idea on that one?
No.
No? Don't want to play. Find f of 3 first and g of 3 first, right, Chris? Hey, Chris, what's f of 3? I'm gonna hide it up. Let's see if you can get the right answer, Chris.
Unless you give me something cool from my birthday.
I will. Yeah, what'd you get for f of? Only if you get f of 3, right?
Huh?
Don't help him.
No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody agree it's 29? 29? True? G of 3, 8. Agree? And what do we do with them? Multiply. Yes, Ainsley. Ooh, you're right. Minus 8. So that should be 13.
Yeah.
Wrong sign. Yep, that's why I just got it wrong. Okay, and what do we do with those, Chris? Multiply 13 times 8. Third try is the charm, huh? 104? Okay. C, I don't know if this works out to be a whole number or not. I'm going to guess not. F of -1, 7 times -1 minus 8, right, Chris? -7 minus 8 is -15. Nope, not going to work out. G of -1, -1 plus 5 is 4. And divide 15 by 4. So you can leave this as -15 over 4. You could say -3 3/4. Or -3 75/100. But like I said, I would leave it as -15 over 4. Saves you, as we've always said, saves you the chance of making a mistake by doing a conversion to it. Any confusion on this? Hopefully it's a pretty easy process. Evaluating and then appropriately adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Easy enough.